Most people think the reason they're stuck is because they don't make enough money, but that's just not true. The real reason you're stuck is because you don't understand credit. If you're new here, my name is Jalil Nash, and I help new businesses grow and scale by leveraging their credit. And be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our next videos. And so with that being said, let's jump in. Let me ask you something. When is your job ever going to give you a $20,000 raise overnight? Not a promotion, not overtime, not a bonus. I'm talking about real capital. Because most people are working 40 plus hours a week just to survive. Bills paid, maybe, but no real progress. No freedom, no leverage, no way out. And the worst part, they've been taught to fear the one thing that could actually change your life when used properly, and that's credit. You see, wealthy people don't use money the way that most people do. They don't rely on income. They rely on leverage to buy and build assets that produce income. And one of the most powerful forms of leverage is credit, because credit gives you access to money without trading your time for it. And if you're starting from scratch, you can literally access $100,000 in business credit in 12 to 24 months compared to saving that same amount after taxes and after living expenses over a 5 to 10 year period. And when you go the route of saving your way there, you'll also most likely need even more money when you factor in inflation over the next 5 to 10 years. So let me break this down simply. If you make $4,000 a month, that's your limit. But if you have $50,000 to $100,000 in credit, now you can start a business, you can run ads, you can invest into developing your skill sets that can help you produce additional income, and you can buy income producing assets like cash flowing real estate and other cash flowing businesses without waiting years to save the money. And that's the difference. Saving income is extremely slow, but accessing credit is instant leverage. There are people right now getting approved for $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, literally in the matter of months. And this is in theory. I'm speaking from someone that's accumulated well over $300,000 in funding for myself personally. When I say funding, I'm talking about business credit lines that I use to fund and grow my business. And it's not because we got lucky or we're rich or something like that. It's because we understand the system. There are literally people out there running ads using business credit, turning $8,000 in advertising spend into $300,000 in revenue. You make that money, pay back the money you borrowed, and the rest of it is profit. People out there funding businesses, scaling without using their own cash, even buying real estate using strategic credit plays. This isn't theory. This is how the game is actually played. Now let's talk about some really common myths that hold a lot of people back. A lot of people think, but credit cards are bad. No, that's not true. Misused credit is bad. When you use credit to buy shoes, clothes, vacations, and liabilities, that's what actually puts you in debt. And that's exactly how you stay broke. But now using credit to create income, on the other hand, that's exactly how you escape the rat race. There are only two ways to use credit. The first one is the most common, and that's called the consumer mindset. That's where you borrow money, you spend it on things that don't produce income. Now you're in debt, and now you're stuck paying back this money with income that you had to trade your time for. And that's exactly what we're not gonna do. The second mindset is what I call the producer mindset. And this is where we borrow money and we invest in opportunities that produce cash flow. The money that comes in, it pays back the money that we borrowed, and the rest of the money left over is what we keep in our pocket. That's literally it. It's the same tool, but a completely different outcome. Now, I'm going to give you guys some insight on a really powerful strategy that I've used multiple times in my life, and it's called velocity banking. Now, I'll most likely make an entire whole video about this separately, but let's just say, for example, that you have $5,000 a month coming in income. And then as far as expenses, you have $3,000 a month in expenses. At the end of every month, you have $2,000 that's left over. And so if you think about this, in a matter of 6 months, that's about $12,000 in cash flow that you have left over at the end of each month, as long as your income and your expenses stay the same. And so if you think about that, if you have a $15,000 credit line, let's say that credit line is at 0% interest, you can literally spend $12,000 on that credit line to start a business, make an investment, or do something that can produce income for you. And then no matter what happens, you'll be able to pay that money back within 6 months or less. And in your mind, I know this might sound risky, but at the end of the day, if there's no risk, then there's no reward. But I mean, what most people do is that they just let that money stack up in their account and they just save it. But the wealthy, they use systems that allow them to recycle cash flow, pay back money that they borrowed extremely quickly, and then reusing the same capital over and over and over again because they're leveraging revolving credit lines. Money that they can use, pay it back, and then use it again. So as you can see, their money is always working, and that's why they can move way faster than everyone else. And it doesn't stop there, because when you understand credit, you also unlock free travel that you can get through accumulating points and miles and cash back through spending the money on these different business credit cards. You also have access to unlimited funding for your business. Whenever you want additional capital, you can just go to the bank and get those approvals, and you have access to better opportunities because you actually have capital to be able to invest. So once you understand credit, you start playing a completely different game than everybody else. And so imagine this: instead of waiting years, you build up your credit in a matter of 3 to 6 months, maybe even 12 months. But now you have $50,000 in available credit that you can use to launch your business, invest into yourself, and also create additional income streams. And now your job becomes optional. But let me be clear, this only works if you're disciplined, you use credit for assets, not liabilities, and you actually execute on your ideas. Because credit doesn't make you rich, it amplifies who you already are. And so if you're stuck at a 9 to 5 right now, and you feel like money is the only thing holding you back, you don't need more time saving, or you don't need to get another job to be able to make more money. You literally just need leverage. And credit might be the fastest way to get it. And so if you want to actually learn how to do this for yourself step by step, tap the link below to get your free business funding guide, showing you exactly how to clean your credit, build your credit, structure your business properly, and secure your first $50,000 or more in business funding. And with that being said, my name is Jalil Nash, founder of JSN Funding Solutions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.